Well, good day, ladies and gents. It's yours truly, Alexander, here to jumpstart your day with the latest scoop from the realm of Witworks. Hope you're all riding the waves of positivity on this fine day. Today's show is proudly sponsored by the tech wizards at Gizmo League. These folks are like the Avengers of gadgets and gaming gear, bringing you the coolest, most futuristic stuff that'll have you feeling like you've stepped into a sci-fi blockbuster. Let's give them a big hand for making today's gathering possible. Be sure to swing by www.gizmoleague.com after the show for your dose of awesomeness. Now, let's dive into today's juiciest tale. Top 10 Dark Secrets of Secret Societies. Introduction. Secret societies have always fascinated and intrigued the public imagination with their clandestine rituals, mysterious symbols, and whispered conspiracies. Beyond the allure of exclusivity and hidden knowledge, these organizations often harbor dark secrets that fuel both curiosity and suspicion. Here, we delve into the murky depths of 10 such secrets, shedding light on the shadowy underbelly of secret societies. 1. The Illuminati's influence on history. The Illuminati, the clandestine puppet masters of history, or so the theories go. Picture this, a shadowy group pulling strings like a cosmic marionette show, orchestrating revolutions, economic downturns, and maybe even deciding what toppings go on your pizza. Pineapple? Anyone? The Illuminati lore isn't just about ancient symbols and secret handshakes. It's about power. They allegedly had fingers in every historical pie, stirring up revolutions like a culinary rebel with a penchant for chaos. French Revolution? Illuminati's spice mix. American Revolution? Illuminati's secret BBQ sauce. And don't get me started on the Industrial Revolution. Those guys probably invented the steam engine just to impress their friends at their underground soirees. But why stop there? Economic crises? Yep, they allegedly flipped the global monopoly board a few times just to keep things interesting. The Great Depression? Illuminati thought it was a great time to launch their new line of designer tinfoil hats. World War I and II? Well, maybe they were just trying to settle a heated argument over who makes the best sauerkraut. Speculation about their influence ranges from the plausible to the downright outlandish. Did they fund Columbus's journey to America just to find a new brunch spot? Did they inspire Shakespeare to write his plays while simultaneously ghostwriting celebrity tweets? Some even claim they control the weather, because why not add meteorology to their list of hobbies? Conspiracy theories aside, the allure of the Illuminati lies in their mystery. Who doesn't love a good mystery? It's like trying to find the last cookie in the jar that no one admits to eating. Sure, there's probably a logical explanation for historical events, but where's the fun in that? It's much more thrilling to imagine a cabal of super-intelligent chess players maneuvering through centuries of history like it's a cosmic game of Risk. So, the next time you hear whispers of the Illuminati's influence, just smile knowingly and maybe adjust your foil hat. After all, whether they're real or just the product of overactive imaginations and too much caffeine, they've certainly added some spice to the historical narrative. And who knows? Maybe they're just waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves and invite us all to their annual masquerade ball. 2. The Bohemian Grove's Bizarre Rituals. Picture this. Deep in the redwood forests of Northern California, there's a place where some of the world's most powerful men gather every summer for a retreat. No, it's not a secret superhero headquarters, though the truth is just as intriguing. Welcome to the Bohemian Grove, where the elite escapes their high-stakes lives to indulge in a mix of highbrow camaraderie and downright odd traditions. At the heart of this enigmatic gathering is the Cremation of Care ceremony, a name that sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel. Imagine a bunch of influential guys dressed in robes, performing a ritual in front of a giant owl statue. Yes, you heard that right. An enormous owl statue. If that doesn't sound like the setup for a mystery thriller, I don't know what does. The ritual involves a mock sacrifice, where they symbolically cast away their worldly cares and concerns. It's sort of like a dramatic version of the TGIF feeling, but with a lot more flair and an ancient-looking setting. The owl, known as Moloch, is the star of the show, towering over the proceedings and adding an extra layer of mystique to the whole affair. Now, if you're wondering why an owl, well, owls are symbols of wisdom, and these folks like to think of themselves as the wise guardians of society. Or maybe they just think the owl looks cool in the firelight. Who knows? Naturally, such a peculiar event has sparked plenty of rumors and conspiracy theories. Whispers of occult practices and secret deals swirl around the Bohemian Grove like the fog through those ancient redwoods. It's said that big decisions and political plots are hatched here, away from the prying eyes of the public. The combination of powerful figures, strange rituals, and an air of secrecy is a breeding ground for speculation. But let's not get too carried away. While the rituals may seem strange to outsiders, the members see them as a way to unwind and bond with their peers. It's a blend of tradition, theatrics, and a dash of the bizarre, all rolled into one exclusive summer camp for adults. So, next time you hear about the Bohemian Grove and its unusual customs, remember, it's part secret society, part theater production, and a whole lot of elite escapism. Whether it's sinister or just a quirky tradition depends on your perspective. Either way, it makes for one heck of a story. 3. The Skull and Bones Macabre Collection. Sure, let's dive into the intriguing world of Yale University's Skull and Bones Society, a secret club shrouded in mystery and a touch of the macabre. Imagine a group of elite students sneaking into dark, shadowy halls, whispering ancient chants and performing secret rites. Now, throw in some stolen skulls of famous historical figures, and you've got yourself a real-life spooky movie plot. The Skull and Bones Society, founded way back in 1832, is one of those elite clubs that everyone talks about, but nobody really knows what goes on inside. It's like the Fight Club of Ivy League secret societies. The first rule is you don't talk about Skull and Bones, except, in this case, people do talk about it, a lot. And with good reason. The rumors surrounding this group are both fascinating and a little creepy. Take, for instance, their so-called macabre collection. Word on the street is that the society has, hidden away in their eerie, windowless headquarters known as the Tomb, a collection of skulls and bones from some pretty high-profile historical figures. We're talking big names here, skulls allegedly belonging to the likes of Geronimo, the legendary Apache leader, and even Pancho Villa, the famous Mexican revolutionary. Imagine the bragging rights at their spooky gatherings. Hey, want to see Geronimo's skull? Right this way? These grim trophies aren't just for show. They're said to play a key role in the society's initiation rituals. Picture this. New members, or neophytes, are supposedly introduced to the club with ceremonies that involve these eerie artifacts. There's probably a lot of candlelight, dark robes, and maybe a few creepy chants. It's like something straight out of a horror flick, but for overachieving college kids. Now, whether these rumors are true or just part of the elaborate lore that surrounds Skull and Bones is up for debate. Yale isn't exactly opening up the Tomb for public tours, but the very idea of a secret society with such ghoulish practices is enough to fuel imaginations and keep the legend alive. So, next time you're in New Haven and you pass by Yale's campus, take a moment to ponder the secrets that might be hidden behind those ivy-covered walls. Who knows? Maybe somewhere in the depths of the Tomb, a group of Yale's elite is gathered around a candlelit table, whispering secrets to the skull of Geronimo. Spooky, right? But then again, what's college without a few good ghost stories? 4. The Thule Society's Occult Connections. The Thule Society, an obscure occult group from the early 20th century in Germany, is one of those historical curiosities that feels like it was plucked straight from the pages of a Gothic novel. Picture a secret society of mystics and esoteric enthusiasts gathering in candlelit rooms, poring over ancient texts, and discussing the secrets of the universe. Sounds intriguing, right? Well, it would be, if it weren't for the sinister turn their beliefs took. The Thule Society didn't just dabble in the mystical. They were deeply entrenched in some pretty dark racial ideologies. They believed in a mythical, superior Aryan race, and their ideas about race and ancestry were, to put it mildly, highly problematic. But it wasn't just about mystical mumbo-jumbo. These beliefs had real-world implications. Here's where things get really spooky. The Thule Society had significant influence over the rise of Nazism. They weren't just some fringe group of oddballs. They had connections with key figures in the Nazi Party. Their esoteric doctrines and racial theories helped shape the twisted ideology that the Nazis would later infamously propagate. Imagine a group of people with a shared belief in mystical racial superiority managing to cozy up to the political movers and shakers of the time. The result? Their kooky, dangerous ideas seeped into the political landscape, contributing to one of the darkest chapters in human history. It's like finding out that your eccentric uncle's conspiracy theories somehow made their way into national policy, only much, much worse. The association of the Thule Society with the Nazis is a stark reminder of how dangerous ideas can take root and grow when given the right conditions. It's a chilling tale of how mysticism and pseudoscience, when mixed with power and prejudice, can lead to devastating consequences. The Thule Society's legacy is a haunting one, a cautionary tale about the power of ideology and the importance of keeping a critical eye on the beliefs that shape our world. So, while the Thule Society might have started as a group of people intrigued by the mystical and the esoteric, their influence ended up being anything but benign. Their story serves as a dark reminder of how quickly things can go from weird to downright terrifying when prejudice and power intersect. And that, my friend, is a history lesson worth remembering. 5. The Bilderberg Group's global agenda. The mysterious Bilderberg Group, a gathering so exclusive, it's like the VIP section of global politics, and finance got its own secret club. Imagine a cocktail party where instead of small talk about the weather, you've got prime ministers rubbing shoulders with CEOs and top academics over martinis, discussing who knows what under a veil of secrecy thicker than a London fog. First off, the Bilderberg Group isn't your average backyard barbecue. It's where the big shots of politics, finance, and academia meet annually, probably in some posh hotel suite that's harder to get into than Fort Knox. You've got politicians making deals with business tycoons, while scholars chime in with their 2 cents on global issues, all with a side of intrigue that would make James Bond raise an eyebrow. Now, why all the fuss? Well, when you gather the world's power players behind closed doors, speculation runs wild. Are they plotting the next economic boom? Or maybe figuring out who gets the last slice of Antarctica? It's like the world's most exclusive game of Monopoly. But instead of Park Place, they're eyeing up countries and continents. Critics, of course, aren't shy about sharing their conspiracy theories. When you mix secrecy with a guest list straight out of a Forbes cover story, suspicions brew faster than the coffee at an all-night diner. People start wondering if there's some grand plan being hatched, like rearranging borders over dessert or deciding which country gets the most likely to succeed award. But let's be real. Behind every good conspiracy theory, there's usually a simpler truth. The Bilderberg Group might just be a place where powerful folks can kick back, swap ideas, and maybe even find common ground on issues that affect us all. Sure, they could be plotting world domination, but they could also just be trying to figure out how to fix potholes on every street corner. In the end, it's like peeking through a keyhole at the coolest party you weren't invited to. Is there some shadowy global agenda being hammered out over cocktails? Possibly. But until someone spills the beans, and we're not talking about the appetizers, we might never know for sure. So, next time you hear about the Bilderberg Group, just imagine a high-stakes poker game where the chips are countries and the players are the ones making the rules. Who knows? Maybe they're just debating who's going to host the next G7 summit. 6. Freemasonry's hidden handshakes. Freemasonry. The club that's been both the subject of conspiracy theories and the go-to punchline in many jokes. Let's talk about those secret handshakes, shall we? You know, the ones that make Freemasons seem like the world's most exclusive handshake club, even more so than the VIP section at a rock concert. First off, Freemasonry's secret handshakes are like the fraternity's version of a secret handshake club, but with a lot more bling and, let's be honest, probably some pretty elaborate rituals that might involve robes, and possibly a mysterious ritual involving a goblet of something that's definitely not coffee. These handshakes are not just any old "hey buddy" gesture. They're meticulously crafted symbols that tell the world, or at least other Freemasons, who you are, what you've been through, and where you stand in the intricate hierarchy of the Brotherhood. Imagine walking into a room full of Masons. You think you're just going to have a nice chat about the latest in apron fashion or the best way to polish a square and compass. But no, you've got to get past the handshake. It's like a secret club where you need a password, a secret knock, and now, apparently, the right grip to get in. One wrong squeeze, and you're left wondering if you accidentally just joined a weird cult or a very serious book club. These handshakes aren't just arbitrary, they're steeped in symbolism and tradition, each one designed to convey specific messages about a Mason's rank and affiliation. It's almost like a secret language, where the handshake is the grammar and the specific grip or pressure is the vocabulary. You could be in the middle of a mundane conversation about masonry work, and then, bam, you're hit with a handshake that makes you question whether you should start calling your friend's brother or esteemed colleague. Freemasonry's use of handshakes is a clever way of maintaining a sense of mystery and exclusivity. It's like the Masons have a very classy, very old-school version of a club membership card. Instead of swiping a card or flashing a QR code, they give each other a squeeze, a tap, or a twist that tells the other person, "Yep, we're in the same club." It's the ultimate in old-fashioned secret-keeping, which, let's be honest, makes it all sound just a bit like something out of a Dan Brown novel, minus the cryptic puzzles and with a lot more well-dressed gentlemen. 7. Opus Dei's penitential practices. Opus Dei, a unique and somewhat mysterious group within the Catholic Church, has a reputation for some pretty intense and old-school practices. One of the most talked about aspects of Opus Dei is its commitment to penitential practices, with self-flagellation being one of the more eyebrow-raising examples. Picture this: members of Opus Dei engaging in these rituals, often sparking both fascination and a fair bit of criticism from the outside world. Now, self-flagellation might sound like something out of a medieval drama, but for Opus Dei, it's all about spiritual purification. The idea is to discipline the body as a way to strengthen the spirit, following the belief that enduring physical discomfort can bring one closer to God. It's a concept rooted in centuries-old traditions of asceticism, where denying oneself certain comforts is seen as a pathway to greater holiness. But let's be honest, the thought of people willingly whipping themselves is a bit hard to wrap our modern minds around. It's one of those practices that can make you wince just thinking about it. And it's precisely this kind of extreme dedication that has fueled Opus Dei's enigmatic reputation. Some see it as a testament to deep faith and commitment, while others view it as unnecessary and even harmful. Opus Dei's practices have certainly kept it in the public eye, not always in the most flattering light. There's a kind of mystique that surrounds the group, partly because of their secretive nature, and partly because of these dramatic rituals. The media hasn't helped either, often highlighting the most sensational aspects and adding to the intrigue. But beyond the headlines and the Hollywood portrayals, yes, we're looking at you, the Da Vinci Code. There's a lot more to Opus Dei. Its members are deeply committed to their faith and to living out their beliefs in every aspect of their lives. For them, these penitential practices are a personal and profound expression of their devotion, not just some quirky habit. So, while the idea of self-flagellation might leave most of us scratching our heads or squirming in our seats, for the members of Opus Dei, it's a meaningful part of their spiritual journey. It's a reminder that faith can take many forms, some of which might seem strange or even extreme to outsiders, and in the end, it's this very diversity of practice and belief that makes the tapestry of human spirituality so rich and endlessly fascinating. 8. The Rosicrucians' Esoteric Teachings. All right, let's dive into the mysterious world of the Rosicrucians. Imagine, if you will, a secret society that's been around for centuries, like a mystical version of a really exclusive club. Instead of just having a cool handshake and a secret password, the Rosicrucians have something even more intriguing. That is esoteric teachings that blend mysticism and philosophy. Now, when we say esoteric, we're talking about knowledge that's not exactly common. It's like the secret menu at a fancy restaurant. Most people don't know about it, but those who do are in for something special. The Rosicrucians are kind of like the keepers of this ancient wisdom. They've got the keys to a treasure trove of mystical powers and profound insights into the universe. But they don't just hand this knowledge out to anyone. Oh no, it's all wrapped up in layers of symbolism and allegory. Think of it like one of those Russian nesting dolls. Each layer you peel back reveals something new and even more fascinating. This way, the teachings are protected from those who might not be ready to understand or appreciate them. So, who are these Rosicrucians anyway? Well, picture a group of folks who are deeply committed to the pursuit of hidden knowledge and spiritual enlightenment. They're not just looking for answers in textbooks or Google searches. They're diving deep into the mysteries of existence, seeking truths that lie beyond the surface. Their teachings cover a wide range of topics, from the nature of the soul and the secrets of the cosmos to the principles of alchemy and the powers of the mind. The Rosicrucians explore it all. It's like they're on a never-ending quest to unlock the secrets of the universe and their own inner selves. And let's not forget the symbolism. Rosicrucian teachings are chock full of it. Every symbol, every allegory, is a clue that leads the seeker deeper into the mysteries. It's like a spiritual scavenger hunt, where each discovery brings you one step closer to enlightenment. So if you ever find yourself yearning for a deeper understanding of life, the universe, and everything in between, the Rosicrucians might just have what you're looking for. Just be prepared to think deeply, question everything, and embrace the mystical journey. And who knows, you might just uncover some ancient wisdom and a bit of that purported mystical power along the way. 9. The Hash-Shir-Shins Assassin Creed. Ah, the Hash-Shir-Shins, those medieval masters of mystery and mayhem. Picture this, it's the Middle Ages, castles dotting the landscape, knights clanking about in shiny armor, and amidst all this medieval merriment, you've got the Hash-Shir-Shins, the original stealth squad. These guys weren't just any run-of-the-mill cloak and dagger crew. No. They were the brainchild of the infamous Old Man of the Mountain, a leader so enigmatic he makes your modern cult leaders look like amateur hour. Imagine trying to recruit for that job. Wanted. Devout followers willing to climb mountains and commit secretive acts of mayhem. Benefits include a lifetime of intrigue and probable early retirement, due to unforeseen circumstances. Apply within. What set these Hash-Shir-Shins apart from your regular medieval miscreants was their devotion to the cause and their killer tactics. Literally. They didn't just stroll into a castle and challenge the Lord to a game of chess. Oh no, they snuck in, took care of business, and vanished like a medieval Houdini. It was like they had a PhD in stealth operations and a minor in disappearing acts. And let's talk about their creed, the Hash-Shir-Shins Assassin Creed. It's like the original version of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but with a medieval twist. Their creed wasn't just a motto, it was a way of life. Covert assassinations with a side of secrecy, please. You can almost hear them whispering it in the shadows. Now imagine you're a knight, right? You're all armored up, feeling pretty invincible. And then bam, you hear rumors of these Hash-Shir-Shins, silent as ghosts, deadly as the plague, and they're coming for you. Suddenly, that shiny armor doesn't seem so protective, does it? But it wasn't all doom and gloom. The Hash-Shir-Shins had a certain allure, a mystique that fascinated everyone from peasants to princes. They were like the medieval rock stars of covert ops. People whispered their name in fear and awe, wondering if they were real or just a scary bedtime story parents told their kids. So, whether you're a history buff or just someone who likes a good tale of intrigue, the Hash-Shir-Shins and their Assassin Creed will always be a reminder that even in the Middle Ages, there were folks who took stealth mode to a whole new level. Because let's face it, sometimes history is stranger and stealthier than fiction. 10. The Opus Templi Orientis Sexual Magic. Ah, the mystical world of the Ordo Templi Orientis, OTO, and their infamous rituals of sexual magic. Founded on the curious concoctions of Aleister Crowley's Thelema, this ain't your grandma's Sunday church service, folks. No, sir, it's a bit more adventurous. Imagine this, a secretive society where the spiritual journey involves more than just meditation and fasting. It's about getting down and metaphysically dirty. The OTO believes that through these rituals of sexual magic, one can achieve spiritual enlightenment and transcendence. Talk about multitasking. Now, why all the buzz? Well, these practices aren't exactly your everyday cup of chamomile tea. They've got people raising eyebrows faster than a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Curiosity? Check. Controversy? Double check. It's like mixing a pinch of scandal with a dash of mysticism and a whole lot of, did they really just say that? But hold your pearls, because there's more to it than shock value. The OTO sees these rituals as sacred and deeply meaningful, a way to harness the power of human energy in its most primal form. It's like yoga, but with extra flexibility. Of course, not everyone is cheering from the sidelines. Critics have lined up faster than kids at a candy store, arguing that these practices are more about hedonism than holiness. They question the morality, the intent, and probably wonder if there's a safe word for spiritual encounters. Yet, amidst the debate, one thing is clear. The OTO isn't just another Saturday night weird fest. It's a society steeped in history, philosophy, and a willingness to challenge the boundaries of what we consider spiritual. It's like they looked at traditional religion and said, hey, can we spice this up a bit? So, whether you're intrigued, scandalized, or just trying to figure out how this fits into your next family dinner conversation, one thing's for sure. The OTO and their sexual magic rituals aren't going away quietly into the night. They've sparked curiosity, ignited debates, and perhaps even inspired a few eyebrow raises along the way. In the end, whether you see it as provocative or profound, one thing's certain. They've definitely found a way to keep spirituality interesting. Just remember, if you ever get invited to an OTO gathering, pack an open mind and leave your judgment at the door. After all, who knows? You might just discover a whole new way to say namaste. Conclusion. While secret societies captivate our imagination with their mystique and rituals, they also harbor dark secrets that challenge our perceptions of power, influence, and morality. Whether rooted in history or steeped in myth, these secrets continue to fascinate, reminding us of the enduring allure and enigma of secret societies in our collective consciousness. As we uncover more about their hidden truths, we confront the complexities of human ambition and the pursuit of knowledge in the shadows of secrecy. And that's a wrap for today, my marvelous listeners. Here at Witwork Studios, we absolutely flourish thanks to the love and loyalty of sharp-minded folks like you. If you fancy rolling out the red carpet for yourself with unlimited access to our latest podcasts and want to support our artistic adventures, why not saunter over to our premium subscribers club? You're savvy enough, so no need for directions. But before you go taking over the world with your newfound wisdom, I've got to give a massive shout out to our buddies at Gizmo League. These folks are the real MVPs, making this podcast possible and delivering tech magic straight to your ears. So, if you're itching for some gadget goodness, head on over to www.gizmoleague.com and see what they've got brewing. Until next time, stay curious and stay awesome. Peace out.